Hello and welcome back to our Let's Play of Ostranauts. This is going to be episode 51, and I apologize ahead of time for, being a day late. Yeah, I didn't really record enough episodes in time. And what with the holidays and all that. Anyway, this is why I did the, once every 2 day schedule. That way I can catch up back to the schedule by simply publishing an episode today and tomorrow. Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen. I think that works out reasonably well. Get to be back on schedule, and, yeah. Anyway. So, it's definitely been a little while since, I played this game. But, as I recall, we are now basically just waiting for a deuterium oxide tank. And I think this episode, what I'm going to do is just do a couple of time skips. So basically just check on the fixer, check on the scrapyard, and then skip an hour, check on them again. Basically just kind of go through it that way. That should hopefully work out, I think. Hang on. What did I buy? I don't remember what I bought. Yeah, because we got the cryo tank installed there, and we were going to put the deuterium oxide tank there. Okay, anyway, so let's just go and start checking, I guess. So let's see here. Trade here. Nothing. Trade the crap kiosk. Probably also nothing. Said trade at the crap kiosk, not just stand there confused. Fusion reactor core. Power switch, core pump. I do not see. I am pretty sure I did not miss it. Okay, looks like nothing. And let's go check the fixer real quick. And then just skip an hour. Yeah. It's gonna be a long and probably kind of boring episode. So I apologize in advance for those of you that are willing to skip ahead. You can feel free to go ahead and skip right now. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be me walking back and forth between the craft kiosk and the fixer, and on occasion, offered trade, there we go. On occasion, probably ranting about something. I'm not sure what I want to rant about today. I guess I could rant about, like, hang on. When was his next, update 16:16. It is currently 14:49. Oh wow, I'd have to skip over an hour. I'd have to skip 2 hours. Alright, well, let's just skip 2 hours. Yeah, go. Raving to Julius Butler. Hey, actually, you know what? That gives me, I feel like that's gonna help me out with, my mental thing that I need to really start considering, because I haven't really been taking care of my, character as a whole. I also need to eat. Alright, so, Mura's, nothing else, though. Let's, yeah, I guess let's go back to the, crab kiosk, and let's, maybe get some food, too, while we're at it. See how that goes. Shift's almost over. Definitely gonna have to pay for that soon, but we got plenty of cash, so that's not a huge deal. Anyway, what do I want to rant about? I was thinking about AI again recently. So I was listening to this album, I guess you could say, which it was like a funk album, and at first I listened to the one and I thought it was pretty good, and I mean, not amazing, but pretty good. And then I started paying closer attention and realized that the whole thing was AI, and that made me kind of sad. Ah, still got shoes on. Okay. Um, because I actually genuinely did like the album quite a bit. Um, and the fact that it was entirely an AI made album, well, I feel like it's it's hard to continue liking something that is made by AI, right? So like, um, it feels I don't know how to describe that. Because like on the one hand, like I kind of liked it. On the other hand, I mean, it okay. Fair warning. So the first album that I listened to, I greatly enjoyed. The problem was that when I kept listening to it, because the second one, I remember thinking like, wow, this is pretty very similar to the album that I just listened to, right? And I was thinking that's kind of odd, and that's when I started looking into it and realized that the whole thing was just AI. And I don't know, it's kind of like it reminds me of this one other. Did I eat? I did eat. I'm just thirsty. Reminds me of this artist, So Down, I believe they go by, and they keep popping up on my SoundCloud playlists, and I really don't like them, and I could never really easily figure out why. But eventually I realized that it feels like it's very consistently not great. Like it's consistently mediocre. It's feels like it's. I'm gonna actually do some exercise as well for about an hour. It's like you have a situation where there's no. It's very generic, right? And that's something that it took me a couple songs to realize with this artist as well. They didn't really have much of a personality, I guess, much of a flair. At least it didn't feel like they did. So I think something similar happens with AI as well. Like you end up most musical artists, like you'll have parts that you like, you'll have parts that you don't like, but either way they have like a specific style. And in the case of So Down, it feels like they have no style whatsoever, right? It's like a very so inherently generic, um, and I don't know, kind of. Feel like I'm shitting on this guy now. Like I'm not trying to. I'm sure there are some people that legitimately like him. I'm just not one of them. And then what else was the other one? Yeah, so AI is kind of similar, right? It's not that like AI music is inherently bad. It's just that it's nearing their physical limits. All right. Well, let's do that for a little bit longer, and then we'll probably be done. Okay. So yeah, the reason that I couldn't listen to the second album and like, kind of got bored halfway through the second album is because it was so similar to the first one. And then I realized that there didn't really feel like there was much personality to the music. Um, which is unfortunate. And I feel like that's kind of the issue with AI art in general, or AI replacement of art, is it's really just takes the personality out of it. And I guess for some people that's okay, right? Like if you don't really care whether your art has much of like a personality to it, then it's entirely possible you'll enjoy AI art quite a bit. Um, I guess I don't really see the point in doing art that has no personality. Um, feels kind of weird to say as well. I don't know. I mean, like, you could definitely, like, I guess I'm technically doing art and or content of some sort right now. and you could probably tell that have a very specific tendency to do things a specific way. I guess I speak in a specific cadence. I tend to, I guess, do things a certain way, and I'm sure that it's not necessarily always the way that you would do it, but and you might be sitting here screaming at the screen like, yo, why are you doing this when you should be doing something else? And you may well be right. That may well be a better way of doing things. Left goes on my left foot, which is this one. Yeah, other left. Right goes on my right foot, which is that one. Cool. But I think that's kind of the point of art, right? You see how people do things, and AI is not going to do that very well. Let's see here, 2239. Wow, okay, that's going to take a while. It's, yeah, I guess well, maybe AI will end up doing things in a very specific quirk, but I doubt it. I feel like AI is just going to become an average of, well, right now it's kind of an average of what other people are doing, so it's not really the AI itself, it's just like how artists act. And of course, down the line, I assume that, let's see here, 1746. Oh, wow, pretty close. Just go for an hour of nothing. Strength training, working, raves about their dreams, Zoe Love. Okay, well, not sure who, oh, hey, overcoming feeble to 5%. Nice. Shift ends in 5 minutes. Oh, I didn't pay, didn't I? Okay. Well, dang. Alright, well. I thought I paid that. Is it really just because, okay, yeah, I guess not. Alright, whatever. Eat the late fee, and it's fine. It's perfectly okay. Of course, we got nothing. 1916, so we skip another hour. Anyway, so as time goes on and AI becomes, hey, wow, I guess we are kind of greedy. As it gets better, we're gonna end up with a situation where, dang, still nothing. It'll be very effectively personalized, right? And I think at that point, you're gonna see, content mills, you know, things like YouTube, or I think Spotify does this right now. They're slowly phasing out, like, actual art, in favor of, oh wow, we are an assault on the senses again. Alright, well, I'm not really sure why we are currently working out, but, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think it was active effect strength training. Alright, whatever. Mild. Now I'm just admiring the bar corner. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so basically as Spotify is starting to replace like actual human artists with AI that they don't have to pay, obviously, which makes sense, right? Like they're here to run a business. That's, as long as you're willing to pay for AI slop, they're willing to give you AI slop. No problems there. And I think you're gonna run into that similar thing with things like YouTube, right? Eventually, YouTube's gonna be, well, what? Are we? Jeez, this is, yeah, this is getting kind of expensive. Yeah, whatever. So eventually, like, if I end up getting to the point where I can make even a little bit of money off of YouTube, then obviously YouTube's not going to want to pay me. It's going to be way, way cheaper for YouTube to train an AI to talk like me, and then, you know, give you guys what you want, which, that's fine. That's why I'm not trying to make this a long-term career path, because I don't expect this to be a viable long-term career path for anybody. I expect that within 5 years, as a matter of fact, I think everything will be AI. everything that you consume, all entertainment will be AI. That way you don't have to pay artists, and yeah, it just works out better. Plus, it could be tailored to your tastes, right? Like, because right now, I might be doing things that you disagree with, and you're thinking, like, why would you do this? Whereas an AI could, well, I guess they would. I do have some brilliant theories, I guess. An AI could give you a better viewing experience, I think. Interesting. Just because you get to watch what you want. I forgot to check when this guy is going to restock. 23:46. Okay, more than an hour. Let's go for a quick walk upstairs, because I think that's around now is when the crap kiosk was going to restock. Yeah, and I guess I'm not going to say that AI entertainment would necessarily copy everything that you want, or would give you exactly what, like, the word for word what you would be looking for. I think a much more reasonable outcome is that it's going to challenge you in an unchallenging way, right? It's kind of like it's a bit like a video game itself, right? So I think of it like a video game. This game that I'm playing right now, Ostranauts, is designed to be played, right? You're supposed to have fun while playing it, so it can't be just incredibly frustrating. Well, I guess it could be if you like that kind of thing. Like, they've got Dark Souls games, which are basically meant to frustrate you, essentially. Of course. Oh wait, no, I was gonna. I should go back, because that one restocks in like 15 minutes. But the point of even the frustrating Dark Souls games, Souls-like games, is that you're supposed to be able to reasonably overcome it. Whereas, like, in reality, there are times when, like, you just won't be able to reasonably overcome something, right? That is a possibility. That yeah, spend an hour idle. Life is good. And trade at this kiosk. Wishes people would stop nagging them and disconnected from others. That is an interesting combination there. So where are we going? Anyway, so it's supposed to be a manageable frustration, right? Video games are manageable frustrations. And I think that's exactly how AI entertainment would be as well. It would be a very manageable frustration to ensure that really not going to update for an entire 24 hours. Jeez. It's a frustration meant to, well, it's not, it's meant to be overcome, right? And same thing with like an AI art. You're gonna be able to enjoy it in a specific way. You're not gonna be challenged too much, right? Because there's definitely like art that is unsettling and meant to challenge you, and like, I don't know, there's definitely some things that I would consider to be decently good art, which some people might disagree with me on. Many people might disagree with me on, actually. But, do I want to just like fast forward a little bit? Yeah, I think I might just fast forward here now. And you end up with art that might be, like, challenge you too much, might be a little bit offensive towards your tastes, but after all, they are still leading, cause you to think a little bit. So what comes to mind? Whoa, wait, where'd the fixer just go? Hang on, what? Did he just wander off? Julius Butler, Google Reed. Okay, no, he's wandering off. That's an interesting, Did not know that he would ever leave his little corner, especially to talk to a law enforcement officer. Wait for flirt. They're flirting. Okay. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. What's a challenging piece? I mean, anything by Dolly, obviously. A lot of that kind of what's the word? Surrealist art is quite specific, right? It is quite specific, and it leads to, well, no, it's not very specific, but it is specifically not necessarily easy to understand, I think, in a way that some people would find uncomfortable. Or like Rothko. Rothko's wild. Have you ever seen some of those? Okay, so some people, there's a lot of Rothko pieces. One of my favorites was one of his red paintings. I mean, it's just a huge wall of red, but it's this very specific red, and it kind of makes you feel something that, you know, you weren't really expecting. And it was actually, I think that piece was famously stabbed by... Oh, 2 minutes. By some anti-art right-wing activist over on, like, where was that? That was, like, in Denmark or something? The Netherlands, I want to say? Not in Denmark. During an exhibition. And, you know, some right-wing dude that's like, oh, this is degenerate art, this is modern art's terrible. And, I guess, like, I happened to have seen it before it got stabbed, and I actually had a chance to see it after it got stabbed and repaired. And I'll be honest, it's not the same. Like, they did a good job trying to repair it, but it's not the same piece at all. It's definitely something was lost in translation there. Man, we're running way out of time. I don't know if I really want to keep doing this. I think we might actually try to leave the station. I don't really know if that's going to be the way to go. Especially because we really just need the one reactor piece. Anyway, so there's definitely something to be said for specific visions of art that I don't think AI can do in the same way. And of course, I also think that by virtue of having AI art, you're going to end up with, like, for example, YouTube, or, you know, how SoundCloud can make the same few songs. Not really the same few songs, or like especially those, you know how they have like those lo-fi beats to study to, like those kind of songs are often made by AI when it comes to SoundCloud, or not SoundCloud, Spotify. They actually have like an AI music team. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but they don't really like to talk about it for reasons that I think are obvious, that they are trying to integrate AI music into all their playlists. Tinkered with the floor. Why is that electrical engine? Okay, whatever. Anyway, so they are obviously saving money that way, but it also... Really? Is that updated? I feel like that didn't update at all. Alright, whatever. Let's just pay off our new mortgage and our dockage fees, and I think it might be time for us to head out. Alright. Where do we go? Anyway, so I mean, obviously they get to spend a lot less money on paying artists, and they also get to control your mind to an extent, right? They control the ideas that you're exposed to, because you end up having, well, I mean, they're gonna, instead of putting up whatever they see, they might have the AI smooth something out, or like it'll maybe have some kind of so they might have some kind of idea that they want to push with their art, and if you agree with that idea, cool. If you don't, then they could always just push you in a specific other direction. I wonder if I can just... if I just start fixing stuff, will they get pissed? I don't think they're getting pissed. I think they just, alright, cool. I think they just, ignore me. And I can just repair things. I guess that's free practice, eh? Do I have a valid license still? I do still have a valid license. How long is my license valid for? 9:03, 10:29. Alright, about 9 hours. Probably not enough time. Huh. Ah, yes. Loved and lost, eh? Alright, well, anyway, let's sell our current license and buy a new one. Where was I going with this? Something about not fully, yeah, there we go. Not fully allowing you to explore the ideas of mankind. Yeah, and obviously, I mean, they might just not allow you to learn about certain things because certain topics might be considered dangerous, right? It's the way, it's like, how, I mean, you end up with, I guess, certain censorship of certain topics going on, well, pretty universally, right? Like, generally speaking, people are only going to tell you things that they want to talk about, and the things that they don't want to talk about, like, they're not going to talk about them, right? Like, it's not unreasonable that certain topics get censored, I think. It's definitely a reality of the situation, and in some cases should be, or can be reliably expected, right? Like, some people are just... It's like when you go to a store, you're not going to hear someone, well, depending on how honest the store person is, they're not going to tell you about, like, all of the ways in which you can avoid spending money at that store, because that's, then they'll lose money, right? So obviously they don't want to do that. But that also applies to, like, economic theories, or various forms of art that show, I don't know, things that you don't want to display, right? Like, nowadays you talk about something like, you know, gender identity and gender-affirming care in a way that isn't, you know, socially acceptable, and people get really pissed at you, because, you know, there are ways, there are, like, forms of gender-affirming care that everybody likes, right? Like, if you're losing your hair, you can get surgery to fix your hair. You can get, like, hair transplants. That's a form of gender-affirming care. Everybody supports hair transplants, right? Like, every single dude in the world likes the idea of being able to get a hair transplant. But, when it comes to, like, a woman getting a hair transplant that makes her look like a dude, then dude, or I guess, terminology-wise, I don't mean to be offensive, I'm sorry. A man who was assigned female at birth gets, like, a hair transplant to look more like a man, suddenly that's a whole big deal. I'm definitely losing my train of thought here a little bit. What was I doing? I wanna eat, I wanna drink, I wanna sleep, and I wanna wash. Yeah, let's have some spicy buffalo wings. Nice. Sated. Let's drink some water, because we are also thirsty. Yeah. So, I mean, you're gonna end up with those kinds of situations, I think, a lot of the time, where, certain people just want to control what information you get to see. And AI is a perfect way to do that, right? Because, like, it's more ways by which you can avoid having certain conversations that you might not want to have. Like it's like a lot of knowledge gets passed during these little informal situations where I'm just kind of blabbing about my thoughts, whether they're right or wrong. Again, like feel free to criticize my thoughts on anything because I'm not claiming to be right. Like I have my own ideas and I like to be right and I like to think that I am at least somewhat correct a lot of the time. But that's not necessarily the case, right? I mean, anything that you hear on this channel, you should definitely fact check before you go spouting off on your own, because, man, I have no idea what I'm talking about half the time. Like, don't trust me. I'm just blabbing, man. Yeah, that's a reasonable pressure. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably head out into the voids because I've been doing a lot of talking and I feel like I might have talked a little bit too much to the point where some people are probably gonna be annoyed. And of course I managed to rip my own microphone out. That's even better. Um, Okay, so what do we want to do? I guess let's just head out into this little cloud and see what we find. I feel like this is going to be a reasonably short episode. I'm probably not going to go for the full, like, 40 minutes. I think we might just end it as soon as we find a place to land. Yeah. I don't know. Definitely, it's not native channel. It's docking hail ship. Okay, like, there we go. Request undocking clearance. Docking clamps. And now we need to go in this direction. Alright, cool. Yeah, now we're moving in the right direction, I think. Yes. Awesome. We're also weary, so I think what I'm going to try to do is land somewhere reasonably safe and take a nap. It's probably going to be how this... that might be how this episode ends. Either I take a nap or... okay, there we go. Or something else happens. I'm not really sure. Depends on if it's a meat ship or not. If it's a meat ship, I'll probably just end the episode from there. If it's not a meat ship, then take a nap and see where we go from there. Let's see, we are 46 minutes out. Let's get rid of our relative velocity. 50 minutes out. There we go. Yeah. So I don't know. And again, maybe I'm just here with my old boomer takes, even though I'm not a boomer. Talking about AI like kids these days. I don't think that's the case, because like I don't think AI is necessarily a bad thing. I think AI depends on how you use it. It's just that the way in which I see AI being used is generally not in the way that I would prefer people use AI. And obviously, you know, I'm not in charge of this, so I don't have any say. But I think, like, it comes down to the things that I want automated are the things that I don't like to do with my time, not the things that I do like to do with my time. For example, if I didn't have to drive myself to work, if I could have a self-driving AI car, that would be cool. Because I don't like driving. I would rather spend that time, like, reading, or thinking, or talking, or, like, you know, doing something like this, right? Like, recording a video of me playing a video game, just kinda blabbering about whatever happens to be on my mind. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I enjoy this. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. 30 minutes. Alright, so 30 minutes of auto task. But the unfortunate and most likely reality is that AI will be 144, so that's 215. That AI will be... what are we not allowed to do? Okay, Okay. Confusion. Deliver parts to O2 bottle. Huh. Did we... Oh, we're trying to repair this. I see. Okay, but obviously, like, that's not how the profits go. Like, the fact is, it's more profitable to replace my ability to make videos and keep me doing manual labor, like, working, because it's hard to make AI do manual labor, right? AI doesn't have hands, doesn't have feet, doesn't have the ability to manipulate the world around it yet. So you need people to do, like, the boring grunt work, while AI does the things that, you know, kind of the people like to do. It's just kind of how it goes. I forgot my hygiene packs. Or did I? Didn't I bring them in here? I did bring them in here. Nice. Pick up one. Yes. Nice. Now let's take off my suit and hygiene up while we wait. I am also an assault on the senses, so it's definitely going to take more than a few to freshen up. Oh well. Let's see. We managed to close out of that inventory, didn't we? Let's see. Can we, like, drop some stuff on the ground, maybe? Because there is a lot of, we are very full on stuff. Let's, drop some of the... Nope, keeping that. Gonna drop some of these PDAs, though. And probably this black suit, even though I kind of enjoy it and kind of wanted to switch over to it, didn't I? Switch from gray to G. I think that might have been the plan, I don't remember. Eh, well, for now, let's go back to doing things. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it just dropped further back. Anyway, let's freshen up. Yeah. So anyway, that's my current concern with AI, I guess. Just kind of wish it was more useful to the people and less useful for less focused on being useful for the people that like to make money off of us. Oh well. And at the same time, like, I talk about people that are taking their that are making money off of me, and like the easiest way to fight back against that is obviously to refuse to use that service, I guess. And in many cases, you know, I do boycott certain things that I disagree with, and pick up. Okay. I did hit freshen up, so could have used all 5, but instead it said I couldn't pick it up, which works out for me. Anyway, are we down to... Ooh, disheveled. Alright, disheveled's a good place to be, I think. So let's keep that. Let's put on our suit again. Hat as well. There's our hat. How are we doing on oxygen, by the way? We don't have an O2 tank there. We are doing pretty good on oxygen. Reasonably good on oxygen. Not so great on charge, huh? Let's actually refill this oxygen bottle real quick. So hat off, oxygen bottle on the ground, and control panel access. We want to go on, slow things way down. And there we go. Okay, O2 canister to O2 bottle, yes. Nice. 6. I feel like we don't have to go nearly as slow. Let's speed things up a little bit again. 11, 13, 14, 16, 18. Close enough. Off. Grab our O2 bottle. Put our hat back on. Yeah, we're nice and charged up. O2 bottle. Life is good. We can head back out to... We got, what, 15 minutes before we start crashing into things? Yeah. Got about 15 minutes before we start crashing into things. I actually don't know if I'm gonna get there, though. I might end up ending the episode before then. Maybe not. We'll find out. Because we are about to hit... I guess we are about to hit that 40-minute mark, right? So it's about that time. Implying that there's some important reason for me to end episodes at 40 minutes. I don't know if there is. I don't think there is. I just kind of feel like 40 minutes is a good episode time. I'm sure that, you know, people have studied this and have some, like, much more advanced YouTube knowledge and know what to do and, the perfect episode length. I feel like, there's definitely, like, video essay people especially probably have the perfect episode length figured out. And it's usually probably longer. Because I think it... Oh, you stupid hauler. I hate these things sometimes. Because I always feel like they're gonna crash into me, even though they probably aren't. Probably. Yeah. Alright, anyway, so, I'm not really too worried about the optimal YouTube episode length. I feel like if I wanted to do that... Okay, hauler's going around again. Didn't crash into me. I feel like I would have like a proper intro and you know, credits and all that stuff. Proper editing, essentially, if I was consistently worried about that. But I don't know. Not really that big a deal, I guess. So 7, 6 kilometers, 5 kilometers. Switch to docking. Hail ship. 5.7 kilometers. Nice. Let's do some uncontrolled docking. Let's turn more towards it. Then once we can stop... I wish this thing had like a stop turn thing on it. Oh well. Whoop. And that's why I wish it had a stop turn thing on it. Let's just speed up time a little bit. Get a bit closer. Get at least like under 1 kilometer. And maybe... No, actually this is a reasonable speed. Alright, under 1 kilometer. Slow back down to low amounts of time. There we go. Get a little closer. What are we at? 12 seconds. And since I'm hitting it at low speed, it shouldn't spin too much. So if this isn't a meat ship, we can definitely go for the nap. Oh, look, it's a meat ship. Meaty lump in my throat. Alright. Oh. Oh, that is a lot of meat everywhere. I don't think I'm even gonna get out and check on this. Look at that. That is just all over the place. I mean, look at that. Especially because it looks like there isn't really anything good to grab anyway. Maybe like a cooler or something. That is just... Yeah, let's just get out of here, man. Let us just go. And let's see here. Switch. Tail ship. Undock. Did we unclamp? Nice, we did. Yeah. Alright, let's do that quick little wander to make sure that we didn't do anything too stupid. We're not infested, are we? I don't think we are. But just in case. Again, I'm not even sure if this needs to be done. I feel like it probably doesn't, maybe. But at the same time, I'm constantly concerned that I'm gonna get a meat infestation on my ship. which would probably be unpleasant. I should also check indoors, maybe? No. There we go. Go around the outside, make sure we didn't get infested on this side. I, once again, don't even know how meat infestations start. Don't really want to find out either. Alright, looks like we are probably good. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have a bit of a seat, and yeah, we're just gonna go from there and fuel tug. So probably had a bunch of nitrogen cans on it. Alright, well, and this is stuff for next episode. So, like, share, subscribe, do all those fun YouTube things, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.